about the sticky notes on her damn plaque outside.
But whose
her
fault
office.
is that? Whose fault is
About
that? But Portia, that's not your fault. That's not my fault. That is the fault
But
of
we
corporate media.
retweet it.
What do you guys think about Alexandria Ocasio Cortez? I know just before we came to air, I saw an article. She was with TMZ, the news entertainment organization, was on Capitol Hill interviewing her, and she was talking about she was looking for McConnell, like she was looking for Dora the Explorer. Like, where's McConnell? Where's McConnell? She was doing that whole thing. She's gotten a lot of press. What are some pushback? Portia, what do you think is the real deal about Ocasio? What are people overlooking? Chop it up.
Well, more power to her. You know, keep going. She's smart. She's bright. I hope that she becomes a great legislator. But right now, there's just way too much fangirling. The press on both sides of the aisle are pushing her, and it worries me because there are so many voices that are being totally ignored. We have, for the first time in the history of our country, 2 Native American women in Congress. We have the youngest Black woman from Illinois in Congress. We have the first Black woman representing the state of Massachusetts in Congress. We have the first 2 Muslim women, one from Minnesota, one from Wisconsin in Congress, and I could go on and on. Their voices are being totally blacked out, except for when the press picks up on some kind of a smear job that's coming from the right wing. I believe strongly that if we all, through our Twitter feeds and social media, start lifting these other voices up, I've been working very hard at it. We have got to help people remember what happened in 2018's election. History was made in so many states. We have a woman, I can't think of which state she's in right now, who is a lesbian mother of 4 children, who was elected to Congress. Come on. She's a Republican, but she's from Arizona.
Good? Are these people any good, Portia, that you just named? I don't know these people. I know Ayanna Pressley was the big-time Hillbot. And I'm wondering how she stole the language of progressivism and ran on it, and now I wish I would have known that she was running, or I'd have been more vocal to try to stop her from getting that seat. Because to me, she is not the genuine article. She is a fabrication of a progressive.
The former Secretary of State is facing an uphill battle in the Granite State, where polls currently show Sanders leading Clinton by a 2-to-1 margin. CBS News senior political editor Steve Chigueras spoke with Boston City Councilor at Large and Clinton supporter Ayanna Pressley.
So what are you expecting to hear at the debate tonight?
More of the same. You know, it's forums like this where Secretary Clinton really shines. And I'm looking forward to her continuing to make a strong case to the American people why they should vote for her as the next president of these United States of America.
So there's this fight going on between her and Senator Sanders right now about who's more progressive. How does Secretary Clinton sort of win that fight?
Well, you know, I have to say, you know, first I just want to celebrate the caliber, the breadth of knowledge and wisdom and experience of both of our candidates. I'm very proud of our party. You know, I have to say, in terms of this debate, it really does agitate me. I don't know if there was some sort of a, you know, secret meeting of progressives that determined what defines a progressive. And I'm really tired of people sort of trying to mansplain to me what that is. I'm tired of people trying to mansplain this away. She's made the case for herself in word and deed.
It keeps going and going and going. It's like, I'm sorry if this offends people, but Ayanna Pressley, in this interview at least, sounds like she fell down the tree of faux progressivism and hit every branch. We'll keep going, because there's more.
So Senator Sanders, though, Senator Sanders will say that he has been for gay rights longer than she has. He has been for, on different side on the trade issue longer than she has. Iraq War, he points to that as an issue where they differed for a long time. So he argues that he's been a progressive longer than she has.
Okay, so let me just say this. I don't want to play this game, but if folks want to play this game, no progressive I know would vote 5 times against the Brady bill. Now, I'm an elected official. I represent an entire city, and the issue that comes up in every space I'm in is violence.
If I could jump in on that.
That I don't know. But if I could just say one more thing, there's a wonderful young woman. She's a history teacher. She's the first Black congresswoman from the state of Connecticut. She was the National Teacher of the Year in 2016. So, some of us may support him and some not. I mean, I'm not going to support a Republican from Arizona, but the fact is that all of these voices are being stifled by the press. And I really hope we ask ourselves why. Mm-hmm. Because I think if they lift up one, which is AOC, and she falls, then that gives them a way to try to totally negate the movement. AOC is a part of the movement. We've got people thousands of years ago before that were a part of the movement. Mm. If you're biblical in mind, hey, I think it started with Cain and Abel. But one of the guys was good and one wasn't. But if you're not, then this progressive movement has been here forever, and it's going to go on after we're all dead and buried. So we cannot allow the press to just fangirl on one person, because we don't get anywhere that way.
Portia, you're gonna have to talk to.
You're talking about the sticky notes on her damn plaque outside.
But whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? But Portia, that's not your fault. That's not my fault. That is the fault of corporate media.
But we retweet it. It's our fault if we retweet it.
That's why I say America, we get what we pay for. Seema, what do you think about Cortez? Is she the genuine article? Is she the real deal? Or do you have some apprehension about her, or what?
That's a loaded question. Thank you.
You can pass.
Well,
you can pass.
I think that if one person is made the leader of a movement, it makes them a target. And I think if we uplift those voices, the progressive voices, and they can simultaneously tag team to pass this legislation, you write that legislation, we will collectively work together. And that way, much like kind of like a militarized mentality for the progressive movement, working collectively on legislation and simultaneously working off each other, then they can't have one target to focus on to take down a movement. It's a collective. And this is important to remember. Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's the media. I think it's the media that chose her. I don't think she chose herself, Seema. I think the media put her.
No, it's not. Mm-hmm. It's not, but sometimes always being known as, and this is, if someone told me, we've dubbed her the clapback queen. I would like the millennial generation to be known for more than just clapping back, and actually looking forward to passing legislation that is progressive, and let our generation, who is the most educated, the most indebted generation into student school debt, that they are educated, that they are known for more than just drama and clapping back and reacting to every single scenario that is put before them, because it doesn't make them always look like they're strong. Because they react, it makes them look a little bit weak. So let's focus on the issues in policy and clap back with the work that you're doing legislatively.
I think if I could add to that too, I love that sound effect.
Very good.
No, but if and I don't say this to cast aspersions towards Alexandria, but if she goes to DC and feeds into this Republican versus Democrat conflict, then nothing's going to get accomplished. And by the way, to kind of go beyond that, the CEOs of, I want to say, Lockheed Martin, Boeing Defense, Raytheon, and one other one. Oh, and I think General Dynamics. There's the 4 biggest weapons makers in the world are all women. So are women in Syria and women in Libya and women in Yemen supposed to be happy when they get blown to bits because a woman is at the head of the table? No. So we really have to figure, the diversity has been morphed. into a way to further the status quo. So for me, I don't care how diverse the boardrooms are. I don't care how diverse, the faces or the mannequins are at the top. If these things are not translating to the people at the bottom, because ultimately we judge society not by how much millionaires are raking in, not by how many accomplishments they're able to check off their bucket list, but by how the poor woman and the poor man and that are struggling every day, how they are either their lives are being made better or worse off. So we need to judge it based on those people, the marginalized. But when I say those people, by the way, us, because we're all marginalized. We're all in this together. Whether you're somebody making $15 an hour or even six figures, and at the end of the day, money and wealth is being transferred from our pockets to enrich the very few. So we're all in this together. We're all, whether you're in the center of the skillet or on the periphery, we're all being boiled. So unless we wake up to these issues, then we keep celebrating and clapping for the accomplishments of somebody that just became the first left-handed, gay, Hispanic, Jewish person. Yippee! So what? How about us? How about the Jew that's struggling? How about the left-handed person that can't get a job? How about the Latina that can't afford her own home and she has to live with her parents? Are we going to judge it based on them, or what somebody that belongs in the club is able to accomplish? So we had to really inspect how we judge advancements and progress. Progress for the few is regression for the rest of us.
Wow.